Kayla with the EarlyON Brantford Brant. We offer programs for children 0 to 6 and their parents and caregivers. Today, we're going to read a story and sing a song. Our story today is The Bravest Fish by Matt Buckingham. Let's get started. Far below the waves, a fish named Stanley lived with his school. They were the brightest, sparkly fish of the deep, dark sea. One morning, Stanley woke up late. "Hello, it's me," he called to his friends, but the reef was strangely quiet. Suddenly, Stanley remembered that today was his day. His school swam to cooler waters for the summer. "Jumping jellyfish," he groaned. He hurried to the meeting point as fast as his fins could take him. But no one was there. As he looked around, he saw a bright light. "Ah, they haven't gone far," he said, and he raced towards the glow. But it was only a lobster counting his coins. "Go away! Don't touch my treasure," the lobster growled, snapping his claws. "I'm looking for my friend," said Stanley. "Fish," the lobster grumbled. "Those others were in such a hurry to find someone, they upset my coins." "Others?" asked Stanley. "My friends." "Join them then," snarled the lobster, and Stanley sped off. Ahead of him, Stanley saw a shimmer. He could make out the bright, sparkly fish, one of his friends. "Hello, it's me," he called, swimming faster. Clonk! Stanley crashed head first into something hard. "Jumping jellyfish," he cried. It wasn't one of his friends at all, but his own reflection in a pearl. Stanley rubbed his bumped nose. Feeling a little dazed, he didn't notice the dark shape coming up behind him. When he turned around, Stanley found himself staring straight into the mouth of a huge shark! Ooh. "Ah!" Stanley shrieked. Over coral and under weeds, he sped with the shark, snapping at his tail. Finally, Stanley saw a small hole in a rock below. He dived down inside to just miss being gobbled up. Deep within the cave, Stanley started to shiver and shake. He felt sad and lonely. He was beginning to think he'd never see his friends again. "Well, I can't stay here forever," he said at last. Stanley poked his head out of the cave to see if the shark had left. "Jumping jellyfish," he squealed. The sea was a golden orange, glowing and glittering. It was the most wonderful sight he had ever seen, because there in front of him were his friends. "Hello, it's me," he called. "Stanley," his friends cheered. "Where have you been?" "We've been looking all over for you." And Stanley told them of his adventure as they swam off in one big, bright, sparkly, happy school. The end. Now let's move on to our song. We've got the colored fish song today. Let's start with the pink fish. "I'm a pink fish swimming in the ocean. I'm a pink fish swimming in the sea. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Dive right in, dive right on. I'm a yellow fish swimming in ocean. I'm a yellowfish swimming in the sea. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Dive right in, dive right in. I'm a green fish swimming in the ocean. I'm a green fish swimming in the sea. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Dive right in, dive right in. I'm a blue fish swimming in the ocean. I'm a blue fish swimming in the sea. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Dive right in, dive right in. I'm a red fish swimming in the ocean. I'm a red fish swimming in the sea. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Wiggle, wiggle, splash, splash, splash. Dive right in, dive right in. That's the end of our song. But what other colored fish songs could you sing about? Well, that's the end of our song and story today. But thanks for joining us at our EarlyON activity. See you again.